So this is a whole new subject of videos. We're going to start this new section of videos of comments that annoy me and that I'm going to debunk, that I'm tired of arguing with, and my little dyslexic brain cannot type enough to just debunk it the way I want to debunk it. So I'm going to take the comment and then we're just going to go full scale into you're wrong. Okay, so someone in my gun control, which they clearly did not watch what I want for gun control in this video. I just want common sense gun law. I don't want to take away guns. I own guns. I've stated this 1,000 times before. I own guns. But people don't watch my video. They just see gun control and assume that I'm trying to ban all guns. So before you comment, watch the video. So this person was like, well, why don't you put restrictive laws on cars, like limit the capacity and the speed limits and all this other stuff with cars and make cars safer, because cars kill as many people as guns do. Well, first off, they are about the same, but 90% of people own cars in the U.S. 35% of people own guns in the U.S. Huge difference. And there may be the same amount of guns in the U.S., but they're not. There's people that own multiple guns. I own multiple guns. My dad owned so many guns. So like he added to the population of guns by a lot. There are several family members that I have that own massive amounts of guns. There are several friends of mine who own massive amounts of guns. So just because there are that many guns out there versus how many people are actually using them, because a lot of times these guns just sit there and people collect them and they don't use them, or they use them once in a while and not all the time. People use cars every day. You are less likely to you're less likely, or you're more likely. No, I'm not even. We're just gonna go into the whole debunking the whole car thing. There are a ton of laws restricting what you can and cannot do in a car, and they have been around since the 1960s because a lot of people were dying, and the government was like, wait a second, maybe we should do something about this. And they got together and they started creating safety standards for every car. Every car has to meet the United States safety standards. And then you have speed limits in individual towns and cities and states, and these speed limits are meant to reduce accidents. So like through my neighborhood, it's 35. When you get out of my neighborhood, it goes back up to 55 because we are on a main road and people run across and they want you to be able to see the kids. School zones are are they 35 or 25? I can never remember. I try to avoid them. But they're like between 25 and 35 miles an hour to get you to slow down. You are not allowed to pass a bus so that you don't hit a child. These are all common sense laws that were put in place to protect people. So when you say that there aren't laws to protect people in cars, there are way, way more laws to protect you from getting hurt in a car than there are when you get shot with a gun. Let's have a hypothetical here in a world where if we treat cars like guns, shall we? Okay. We're going back. Okay, so we decided that we're not going to have laws for cars. So there are no more safety standards. So your airbags, the fact that your car has to have certain like seatbelts. There's no seatbelts in cars anymore. There's no airbags. You don't have to have child safety seats. There's no speed limits. You can just go as fast as you want, wherever you want, through whatever you want. Now, what's going to happen when that happens? Get into a car wreck, you're going to go through your windshield. Your kid is not going to be buckled down. You're going to be sitting there carrying your baby in your arms. You get in a car accident, baby goes through the windshield. This argument drives me crazy because there are so many laws that are in effect to protect you from dying in a car accident, and we won't even discuss laws to protect you against getting shot in a theater or in a school or apparently while you're driving down the highway. So not only are you at risk of dying from a car accident, apparently, because everybody gets into car accidents every day, you're now gonna worry about some asshole shooting you. Sorry, I'm really trying on the cursing, I'm sorry. Come on, it's not the same thing. You're clearly, no, it's not the same thing. It's an apples and oranges situation. There have been there have been freaking laws for cars since the 1960s to protect people. Heck, there are way more laws when it comes to cars, fuel emissions, and that doesn't have to do with safety, that has to do with global warming. There's just so many laws when it comes to that. You have to have a driver's license and insurance, and you have to follow the speed limit, and you have to register your car. There's so many laws when it comes to cars, and there's almost no laws when it comes to guns. We're fighting just to get universal background checks. You can drive a car, but you have to get a license, but you don't have to get a background check for a gun. Come on. If you are a person who drinks and drives, you can no longer drive. But you want to give someone with mental health issues who domestically abuses their wife a gun? Come on. Come on. I could keep going about this all day, but I just want to put this out there because there's way too more than I could just type with this chick. I'm going to link it to her thing. I'm going to post it here. I'm totally done having this argument. To the chick that made this comment, you know your argument is an NRA talking point. You know it's not the same thing. You know there are way more laws than there are for guns. Then there are way more laws for cars than there are for guns. We won't even look into laws for guns, but we're always updating and changing the laws for cars to make them safer. It's not the same thing, and you know it's not. Stop trying to act like it is. It's not going to work. I think it's almost like 80% of people in the United States want background checks, universal background checks. It's basic. It's not that hard. It's not going to keep you from owning a gun unless you're a criminal or you're mentally unstable or you hit your wife or girlfriend, because I want to close that loophole too, where the girlfriend law where it has to be like your wife. No, domestic violence, no more guns. That's simple. I'm going to end this because it's a rant. It's ridiculous. My husband's on his way home, and if I'm still recording when he gets home, he might murder me in my sleep. All right, guys, I will see you later.